We're going to do a little weather here? Oh, no, we're doing video games.
Oh, I like the weather open.
I think that was a missed punch.
8:14 here on Good Day. From behavior problems to obesity risk, the concerns over young boys and violent games is always out there, right? But new research shows that there's also a big impact on young girls. Now, this is especially true when it comes to video games with overly sexualized female characters. You've seen the ads for these.
Oh, sure.
They're kind of out of control, in my opinion.
Right. Well, for instance, such famous video game characters like Lara Croft from the Tomb Raider series. A new study from Stanford shows that these types of characters have a highly negative impact on a girl's body image, and those girls are more likely then to objectify themselves in real life. Experts add that playing a character like this in a virtual world has a big, strong effect on gamers, adding that people tend to conform to their digital identity. And here to talk more about this morning is life coach Jen Lee for our reality check this morning. Good morning, Jen. Always great to see you.
You too. You too. It was really scary when I was reading this article and setting up on what Stanford University came out with. And if you think about it, these are really powerful characters. So, of course, young girls are going to be drawn to them because they want to kind of get in there and kick some butt, just like the boys do. But they say that this is like even worse than watching Miley Cyrus twerk. Oh. Like this has a bigger impact on there. And so we have to be careful about what we're allowing our kids, our young girls, use as avatars. And they say this doppelganger. In other words, if you use an avatar in your game that looks a lot like you, and you can switch it up and make it look like you, you actually adopt their mannerisms. And they actually adopt how they eat, what they wear, even what they buy. And so it's very powerful, Amy.
And I thought this was really interesting. Those who choose these over-sexualized avatars tend to think that they deserve negative treatment.
Yes.
Why would that be? That's crazy to me.
Yeah, I think it's because they're in it and then they realize there's wrong that's happening. And so when they have really negative things happen to them, they did this study afterwards that said, yeah, they kind of deserved it. They needed it. And so now what are we telling our young girls? You know what? If you're out there being really powerful and something bad happens to you, you deserve it. I don't think that's a really good message. I mean, the big reality check is, where's Nancy Drew? What happened to her?
Yes.
Right? We need to help our young girls find powerful characters and powerfulness in themselves. Like, I walk around with a rustic cup every single day, and that gives me my power. And let's develop some positive avatars for them.
All right, so obviously one thing that as a parent we need to do is to try to limit the time that they're playing these games, or perhaps cut these games out altogether. But what else can we do to try to find positive role models for them?
Well, I think let's get back to some reading. You know, pay attention to what your young girls are reading. And also, instead of trying to live vicariously through a fictional character, why don't you present some positive, real characters in today's world? And what is it that some powerful women are doing today to change the world, whether it be through their community service, world outreach, or in business? You know, have them kind of follow those characters, and then have them write a story about themselves. This is an exercise that I did with a group of young girls several years ago. What's that power story that's within you? You know, our own curiosity within us is more powerful than anything a fictional character or author could come up with.
No, it's really good. I made my daughters watch an interview with Malala the other day because I'm so inspired by her right now and what she's doing to try to change the world for women in the Middle East. You know, so you're right. It's all about finding the positive role models and presenting them to them. Say, here, watch this.
Fill their time with the things that you want them to mimic and imitate versus kind of giving up that time and sitting them in front of a game.
Such good advice. Jen Lee, love ya. Life Coach Jen Lee. Your website, please.
CoachJenLee.com.
All right, check her out. She's the best. Thanks, Jen.